From Chase Field in Phoenix, it's the middle game of this weekend series. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Brandon Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks, coming back up from AAA, has been the best pitcher in the National League. Opponents are hitting .360 against the fastball when he got sent down. They're hitting .160 since he's come back. Starts Ohtani with the fastball. He rolls it over to first. One pitch, one out to open the ball games. But since he signed that contract, .525 ERA last year, this disaster of a start this year. This is a huge deal what he's done the last month, not just for this team, but for their long-term picture. And this is a guy they've committed to. He walks Pages, and the Dodgers have their first base runner. Freddie Freeman trying to start a new streak. He had his 15-gamer come to a close yesterday. Dave Roberts went out of his way to make the point today, though. There's a lot of pressure being put on that pen because the offense hadn't done enough to get him room for air. And this has been part of the deal. They've had plenty of traffic, but a lot of double plays. In fact, 8 more than any other team in baseball. It's Yoshinobu Yamamoto starting for the Dodgers tonight. You never would have known this watching him against the Red Sox last weekend, but he had gotten sick a few days before that, dropped 8 pounds, and still went 8 innings in that ball game. And it is that splitter that's lined to short and caught by Betts.
Defensive positioning and a bit of athleticism. This is Perdomo, a hit all the way. He does a good job on a tough pitch. And splitter would have been a line drive up the middle, but no, Mookie Betts perfectly positioned.
They're looking for a bounce-back outing against these Diamondbacks. He gave up 6 runs against Arizona in his final start of the first half. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Gabriel Moreno. Another 2-strike try from Yamamoto. Bounce down to third from Muncy. Running throw, bang, bang, and he beat it out. Add that to his game. Catcher with an infield hit.
He mishits this ball, and because he knows just right out of the box, only 74 miles an hour, he gets down the line, legging this out as an infield single.
Yamamoto's 3-2 pitch. Marte takes ball 4. Lars Nootbaar, who doubled in yesterday's game and has reached base in all 4 games since coming over in a trade from St. Louis. Grounded to second. Tommy Edmonds got it, and that's that for the Diamondbacks in the first. Max Muncy to lead off the second for the Dodgers against Brandon Pfaadt. Muncy's down, fastball, 1 away. Betts chops one to short. Perdomo from the hole loads up and guns over. Shows off a cannon for a guy who grew up pitching in the Dominican Republic with a high 90s fastball. Tucker has homered against Pfaadt before. And a 1-2 hole here. Pfaadt delivers. Tucker has it on the knuckles, rolls it to second. Ketel Marte. A 1-2-3 inning for Pfaadt. First strikeout of the game for Yamamoto as he sits down Tawa.
Back-to-back outs with the cutter. We talked about the improvement of this pitch. But watch the depth of it too. I mean, this thing goes down.
McCann has been absolutely crushing everybody. He doesn't play a ton, but over his last 10 games, he's hitting .450. Yamamoto fires and strikes him out. Got him to chase the slider. Back-to-back Ks to finish off the inning on 10 pitches. And anytime you put a guy like that on, you're playing with fire with his speed. 3 base runners in this game, all coming with 2 outs against Yamamoto. Up the middle. Edman gets there from the shortstop side, fires to first to get Moreno. Tommy Edman's excellent defensive series continues.
And Tommy Edman taking away another hit. Saw him do it again last night. Coming up off his knees to get the last out.
Dodgers looking for their first hit against Brandon Pfaadt. Same demise they met over the first few innings yesterday against Kelly. Didn't have a hit until the 6th. Ohtani sends a fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Carroll at the track. He's got it. Similar trajectory to Hunter Fiducia's ball that ended the 3rd. Just got it off the barrel. 1 away in the 4th. Walked his first time, seeming to see Pfaadt well here. Another payoff pitch. Pages rolls on left side. Arenado picks it off. Twirls and throws. Not in time. An infield hit for Andy Pages.
Way to leg it out too. You're going to see just a slight hesitation as Nolan Arenado doesn't have quite that grip because of that small, quick hesitation. Enough for Andy Pages to beat this out.
So the Dodgers have 2 base runners in this game. Both occasions it's been Pages, his first inning walk, and now the infield hit. And up comes Freddie Freeman. There he goes. Freeman down to third, caught by Arenado. Heave across the diamond and another double play. Middle 4, no score. Dodgers have just an infield hit against Pfaadt over 4 innings. Fewer and fewer fastballs, to the point where the only hitter in the majors that sees fewer fastballs than Muncy is Kyle Schwarber.
3 changeups To your point in that at bat.
Close play down there, but he's out. Here comes the payoff. Betts pops it up in the left for Nootbaar. And out number 2 of the 5th. Tucker the last few days has been one of their best guys. Popped into left field. Nootbaar. A 1-2-3 5th inning. That is now 23 2/3 in a row without an earned run for Brandon Pfaadt. Yamamoto's been just as good. 4 Ks over his 4 scoreless. He's walked 2. He's given up just 1 single. Up the middle past Betts. Leadoff base hit for Tawa. Tawa's been a Dodger killer, hitting close to 500 against LA this season. He's a 200 hitter for his career. But he's on base to open up this 5th inning. And up comes James McCann. Towards left center field. Hernandez on the run. Makes the catch. Teoscar Hernandez covers a lot of ground right there to take extra bases away from McCann.
Off the bat, this is definitely a double. Getting the wall. And Teo, not just the jump, but the finish. Being able to make a tough grab. Full speed. You see him kind of lean down. Head and eyes right on the ball. Great
Saves
job.
extra bases and perhaps saves a run right there. Tawa getting a running lead. Doesn't go though, and then that one hurts extra because it's going to be ball 4 and you're going to have first base even without the bruise. Against a guy they nicknamed last year Frogman. Cold-blooded how good he was in these clutch situations. .330 hitter with runners in scoring position. Not as good in these situations overall this year, but did come up with a big hit last night. The 2-2. Drops in a curve to get him looking. We talk about not really knowing exactly what you're going to get when you face Yamamoto. Just the 4th curveball he's thrown tonight, and it froze Perdomo. And it's up to Corbin Carroll with 2 on and 2 out. And he strikes him out with the fastball, turning it up to 98 to get out of the jam. Bottom of the 6th, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Arizona. Another 0-2 pitch. Dug out and hit into left field for a leadoff single. Second hit of the game from Moreno.
This is a pitcher's pitch too with 2 strikes. I mean, look at the location of this splitter. It's down below the zone. I mean, perfectly placed. Moreno does a good job. Gets it off the end of the bat, but goes down and gets it.
Payoff. Ball 4. First 2 reach in the 6th. Line to second. Back to the bag safely, both guys. So there's the first out of the 6th inning on his 100th pitch of the game. Season high is 109. That was against the White Sox back in June. Skied to left field. Teoscar Hernandez, the call, the catch, 2 out. So on a night where he just wasn't quite as sharp as he often is, he's still looking 5 2/3, no runs. It'll be up to Evan Phillips to preserve that line. Chokes up with 2 strikes. Climbs the ladder, sends a fly ball to right field. No big deal for Kyle Tucker. And after the Diamondbacks put the first 2 on here in the 6th, they're turned away empty-handed. Brandon Pfaadt is the first Diamondbacks pitcher in 4 years to face the minimum through 6. 4 in a row. And if you're a hitter, you got to be up there thinking there's no way that he does that, but he sure does.
Second strikeout of the game too. This is not a big part of his game, the swing and miss, but when you throw 4 consecutive changeups and gets the chase way down below the zone.
Bouncer left side, almost an instant replay of his infield hit, and he's got another. Wow, uncanny.
I mean, just get down the line. And if anyone's going to get him out, it's Nolan Arenado, but he has to go so far to his left. Takes an extra step to be able to gather himself. Snow coned it out of his glove. And Pages getting down the line enough to get another hit.
They get Freeman on 1 pitch. So it's up to Muncy. Good lead for Pages. He runs on a 2-2. Taken inside. Throw from McCann is late. Stay there. Go ahead running scoring position. First time the Dodgers have had a man there today. Muncy's worked it full. The 7 pitch from Brandon Pfaadt. Taken for ball 4. Who's going to give him that big hit to end this skid that has gone too long? Dodgers have dropped 7 in a row. Ground ball to short. Perdomo goes the short way and ends the top of the 7th. Muncy and Marte still friends. 7th inning stretch. Alex Vesia comes into a scoreless game in the bottom of the 7th. That is a leadoff walk. In the 3rd straight inning, the D-backs have put the leadoff man aboard. Second Vessia walk. 5 walks issued between Yamamoto and the bullpen tonight. First and second one away. Corbin Carroll, who's not impossible to double up. He's actually bounced into 6 double plays this year. And then a pop-up. Carroll helping him out. Max Muncy's got it 2 away. With that gift from Carroll, new life here. Given a chance to face Moreno. He struck him out. Going a rung higher on that ladder with the fastball. And 7 scoreless innings in the books on both sides. So here we go to the 8th, and Jonathan Loaizaga takes over. Loaizaga to face Tucker. Nice season overall, but Loaizaga has given up 5 runs in his last 6 innings. And left-handers have been mostly to blame for that, hitting above 300 against him. Tucker sends a high drive, deep right. It's got a chance. It is gone. And so is the shutout. Dodgers strike first in the 8th.
It had been the pitch of the night. All these left-in scenes, so many changeups. Finally, one on a tee, a hanging changeup, and Kyle Tucker. Beautiful job of sitting this thing, and just enough. Towering shot. Gets it out.
Another 1-2 to Teoscar. Ground ball left side and through. And a base hit for Teoscar Hernandez. His first one since his homer on to Waveland earlier this week. Well, nothing to show for it, but Fiducia's had some good swings tonight as well. Just missed hitting one out his first time. Got it off the end of the barrel a bit and then lined the ball to center field, but right at Waldschmidt. Pokes one left side and through. He'll take that all day. Opposite field base hit for Fiducia. And the table set for Ohtani. Here's the payoff. And he got it. Up to Andy Pages to get him a little bit more here. And he's having the only night offensively prior to this inning. Deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 that he chases up to end the inning. Dodgers strand a couple, but they finally break through. Kyle Hurt on for the 8th. Diamondbacks only 3 hits in this ballgame. 2 singles from Moreno, a single from Tim Tawa. Hooks this one on a line to left. Hernandez had his back against the wall to ensure that nothing would turn into a double. And so a 2-out single for the Diamondbacks third baseman. They will pinch run for him with Ildemaro Vargas. 4-pitch walk moves the tying run into scoring position. How about those numbers with runners in scoring position for James McCann, the backup catcher. 3-2 pitch. Bases loaded. 3 consecutive 2-out base runners. Unable to finish this inning, Dave Roberts goes to Tanner Scott to face last night's hero Ryan Waldschmidt. His 2-1 is floated into center field. Pages is there, and that's the inning. Woo! On to the 9th. A 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 9th inning, and a day after he gave up the walk-off home run, Edwin Diaz given a chance at redemption. Top of the order. He's going to have to earn it. And Perdomo and Carroll both 3 for 6 with a double against Diaz. 2-2 again. Fly to right center field. Tucker on the run. Not going to get there. Extra bases to open the 9th for Perdomo. He's trying for 3. Here's the relay. He's got a leadoff triple. Mercy.
After missing on the fastball, gets this one. Finding that gap, but it's just out of the batter's box. He's thinking 3. He knows this ballpark. Joe, you talked about it. Hard to get it out to leave the ballpark, but when it stays in, there's a lot of room, especially right center field. Lang's a double into a triple.
Down the line, a tie game. And Carroll with his speed has 3 on his mind. It is back-to-back triples to open the 9th.
You know what, pitcher's not going to want to go to their secondary. You can sit fastball, and Carroll does just that. He pushes this one down the line. Gets into that corner, and he's thinking 3 all the way.
And now the best bat-to-ball guy in the lineup with a winning run 90 feet away. Caught at third, back to the bag somehow is Carroll. Wow. Muncy stabs it. And Sonic the Hedgehog rolls back to the bag safely. If ever there was a time for a strikeout. Or a pop-up on the diamond. Who wants it? Betts taking charge. 2 gone in the 9th. Story of the night for the Diamondbacks has been their inability to come up with a hit in a big situation. Winning run at third, 2 out. 1 and 2 on Vargas. Here it comes. He struck him out. On to the 10th we go. And so we play extra innings. And the batter's Tommy Edman. Fly ball center field. Not particularly deep. And Edman unable to advance Tucker. And so it's up to Fiducia here. The payoff pitch. All the way to the backstop. Tucker advances. Fiducia's aboard. Ohtani's coming up. Arizona going to its top left-hander for Shohei Ohtani in a tie game here in the 10th. 1st and 3rd and 2 out. Ohtani grounds it right side, knocked down, and with his speed, he's aboard, and a run is in. Tawa had a diving stop, couldn't recover in time, and Ohtani legs it out. They get the runner in 2-1. They turn to Jack Dreyer. 4 saves as a rookie last year, looking for his first save this season, and he's been one of their very best guys. You could argue he's been their #1 best the last month. Let's go over another 1-2 to Tawa, and strikes him out. 1 out in the 10th. Another payoff from Dreyer to McCann. Grounded up the middle. Long way for Edman to go. Gets the throw off, not in time. Infield hit, James McCann.
Dodgers, I think, are going to challenge it. Tommy Edman did everything he could, all the way on the grass, as much as he could put on the throw. Ooh.
Call on the field is confirmed. Runner is safe.
Either way, same result. So McCann with an infield hit, and it's last night's hero, Ryan Walshman, who's had a chance to be the hero again in this game. Dreyer fires. Bounce towards the middle. He'll go to second one. Over to first. Double play. Losing streak over. Hall and one massive exhale. The streak ends at 7 as the Dodgers get a 2-1 nail-biting win in 10 innings.